How's everyone doing? Happy Monday-Runday. And let me make sure that's... Whoops. Oh, man. How's everyone doing tonight? There we go. Sorry, everyone. Had a bunch of tech issues. There I am. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the attic for Monday-Runday. I'm your host, Nick, and we have moderators in here. We have Jamie and Nikki for tonight. Some other people might pop in, but I know it's been a hectic week thus far. So whoever's here, welcome. Enjoy yourself. But yeah, we've got storms everywhere. So I think everything's gone for now. But when I made the thumbnail, we were getting hammered by a really bad storm. I saw the lights up here flash a couple times. And then I ran into some tech issues with basically cooling this space down for today's stream. It's really hot up here. And yes, I do have the vent, which is right there. Here she is, right there. But in this house, it doesn't do a whole lot of good. So yeah, I have the fan going. I have the windows open. I'm taking advantage of this nice, cool air that the storm has brought us. And hopefully throughout the night, it kind of cools up, or cools down, not cools up, cools down up here. A couple other things. When I let the window open, this is all part of the technical difficulties. So anyone watching the replay, you can feel free to laugh at me and your own comfort of your home. But I open up the one window. Well, we have two windows here and here. They run parallel to the chimney. And I let a creature in. I let a wasp in here. And it liked flying inside of my building. So that was really cool too. But anyways, hey, Henry, how's it going? Ray Land, how's it going from Georgia? Hello from Pennsylvania to Georgia. Hopefully you guys are staying safe down there. I love this time of year down south. It's a little hot, but it's not as bad as like, what do you call it? Like July and August, but it's like on that edge of being too hot and stuff. I remember doing that, going down to like Disney World and stuff like that in Florida. It's pretty cool. Brian, good evening all. Starting to get some storms now in the Poconos. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Brian Cahill, is that correct? And if I butcher anyone's name, I'm very sorry. I'm dealing with a really small screen. I've got a MacBook Pro, the old one, not the newer fancy ones, but try to get it the best as I can. And Ralph and Roger, it's raining here. Okay, so he's southwest of here. Or wait, no, sorry, southeast of here. So yeah, he's probably getting the storms that we just had. But yeah, it's been a hectic night. So the upper loop that I was running, that beautiful set of Florida East Coast cars, decided to give me a lot of problems tonight. The Amtrak engine, if you guys caught the run session, I believe it's an RS3 classic Alco locomotive. And I need something that can make these tight, the 036 turns up top. Eventually, I'll probably end up redoing it to be, maybe put some spacers in there or something like that, so it's not as constricting. Got a movie poster today. What'd you get? Sounds awesome. Hot and humid here today. Forecast is high of 69, low of 48 tomorrow. That's great. I'll save me on the electric bill. Cooling this monster, cooling this house down. It's not a big house. It's just got a lot of floors. So pushing air up and down isn't the most efficient thing ever. So it is what it is. Pop back in soon. Internet stinks. Are you talking about my internet or your internet? Everything up here looks pretty good. And if there are ever cutouts in the stream, I'll make sure to like pause for a second. So if you guys see like a random pause or something in the playback or even the live footage, it's probably me just waiting out the internet. To hear that, I forgot what to say. I mean, that happens too. But yeah, just bear with me here. But yeah, I am burnt. You guys can see the nose. The nose is definitely burnt, which means you guys are going to get some great content soon. That means I've been running around chasing trains. So you guys will definitely see what I was where I was burning at. and it wasn't Altoona this time. So you guys will get some great stuff coming out this week. I'll get into that a little bit later in the stream, so you guys can get the sneak peek on the videos and things like that. It's from the movie In the Heights, originally on Broadway. Okay. Yeah, I was familiar with a lot of shows when I was in high school. I played drums in the music pit, and I also went to some shows in Baltimore when we used to have like a subscription type of thing. So I'm familiar with some shows, but yeah, I've heard that's a great show. Watching the Conowingo video, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that rail line, pretty cool. And that rail line was only used to build that power plant, which is really cool. The other thing I learned when we were at the Maryland and Pennsylvania Railroad, which is a recent upload, they told us that they were trying to build the Peach Bottom power plant using the MAPA. So it's kind of cool. So the one railroad I was walking that was completely abandoned, and it's now a rail trail, and they call it the Greenway Heritage Trail. So that was used to build the Conowingo Dam. They abandoned it forever. It was a utilitarian railroad. And then the MAPA, and I think Railfan Roger wrote in there. Yep, MAMPA or MPA. I think MPA was their road numberings. They put MPA on things, and they were used to build the Peach Bottom nuclear power plant, which is located in Peach Bottom, Pennsylvania. It's pretty cool. That's actually not too far away from here. Lance, how's it going, bud? I just saw I just got a notification for Lance's channel. So if you guys haven't checked out his stuff yet, he runs classic toy trains from all different kinds of makers like Marks, Lionel, and I'm sure he got some other weird stuff thrown in there, but awesome checking out his collection all the time. Always have a great time with his videos. Hey, Revenge of the Apocalypse, how's it going? And Jamie's in here as well. There we go. I'll just call you Alan. I know who you are. I just, You guys also check out Revenge of the Apocalypse or Alan's channel. He does adventure stuff as well, so you may catch some really cool train things on there, or like adventures, exploring, all that stuff too. Awesome channel. He's on the other side of the mountain up there, so he gets to get all that stuff up there. I get all the stuff down in southern here, so yeah. Mrs. A. Hey, how's it going? American Flyer, pre-war, even some MTH. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't have. So for anyone out there, American Flyer made some O scale stuff. I actually almost bought an O scale American Flyer set. Last style locomotive was like a Dreyfuss Streamline, which is a gorgeous locomotive. If you guys don't know what it is, just look it up. Just type in Dreyfuss or NYC Streamline locomotives. You'll see it. It's grayed out, but the guy wanted $240 for it, and it was locked up. Like the motor, if you ever, well, I don't have an engine sitting here, but if you ever purchase a locomotive before even throwing out a cent, make sure the wheels spin, check your wheels, things like that. And I did that. I picked it up. I was like, it's probably rare because it's Flyer O scale, but I just could not shell out that money right now for it. I've got enough projects going on, and I'm running outside like an idiot every weekend. So maybe wintertime, if it's still at that antique shop, I might look into it. It'd be the first Flyer locomotive of all time. So hard to believe. I mean, with the collection, you guys, if you're all new, I have the wall. I call it the wall of shame. So that's just some of my stuff. I just keep it off the ground. I put it up on the shelf. But yeah, and it had beautiful cars. Everything was lithograph. It was all printed on. It was really cool. All tin plate. The wall of steam. Oh well, Roger. There's a lot of diesel stuff up there. Some of my friends' channels thought I didn't own a steam engine. I was just like, what? No, I own steam engines. I promise. I'm more of a steam. Well, I like classic diesels, and just to give you guys a heads up, I really like high nose engines. Like this is my high nose. Where is it? That shelf there. That's all my high noses that are my favorite, and I like classic diesel locomotives. And I'm not a huge fan of the modern stuff, but I do appreciate it. Yeah, high hoods, I love them. Yeah, they're definitely my favorite, especially when they're long nose forward. It just makes them even goofier. Like I'm running the Norfolk Southern again this week, and I had to have it. It was a high nose. I loved it. So, or high hood. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, I've got a addiction for those, and then also I really like a lot of classic steam locomotives, things like that. Nothing too crazy. I've got a couple of scale models. I've got my B&O Hudson, which is behind me. We'll run that one day. It's just it takes a while to set up and make sure everything's right. And the tether, I've got to rewire that tether. It's such a pain. It cuts off the turn and then the tender shoots off the track. So, is what it is. Yeah, Steam is pretty cool. When we were down at a railroad this past weekend, the gentleman engineer, and he was an attendant, an engineer, but mostly engineer. He was saying that this is the closest thing to a living, breathing organism thrown into a machine. It was a steam engine, and it was just a little baby saddle tank engine, but he basically said, yeah, this is a living, breathing machine. It needs water, it needs food, and you got to take care of it, or it'll just stop working. It's pretty amazing compared to a diesel. I mean, there's maintenance with diesels, but you kind of walk. This is just a short and steady part. You fill her up. You, if you have to lubricate anything, you do that. You throw a key in, and then you're off. Hey, Awesome American. That's an awesome name. How's it going? Huge fines here touching phones, especially with cameras catching drivers touching phones. Wow. Yeah, we've got laws up here like that too, but they're not. I'm pretty sure you can get away with some, but in Maryland, I think they made it a misdemeanor if they catch you texting and driving or something, or holding a handheld device. It's kind of goofy because you could technically be holding like a potato and get a ticket. I haven't seen it as much in Pennsylvania, but I believe they do have hands-free laws as well, all that stuff. But yeah, hopefully, yeah, don't get in trouble with your phone. Just set up on the dash or something, I'm not worth a fine. Trust me. Yeah, JB, they do. They're living and breathing, and apparently they usually leave a fire in them to keep it hot because of expansion and contraction, different reactions with the metal and coal. And the engines kind of go to sleep and they kind of snore and things like that. So that's what I've heard from steam locomotive engineers and operators. Pretty cool. Hey, Wicked, how's it going? Oh, she made lasagna. Does anyone know if there are any trains near Paradise, Pennsylvania? Other than the Amtrak in Strasburg, no, not exactly sure. But if you hang out near that bridge, you might be able to catch some Amtrak. Just don't get near the tracks. It's too dangerous, honestly. There's a lot of stuff around, and yeah, just play it safe. And never go alone. Bring someone with you. $700 fine. And then it's $1,600 fine. Ouch. Get a phone mount. Yeah. We have a lot of my friends use that classic suction cup mount and things like that. But yeah, I just kind of throw my phone on the dash or put it on my lap if I'm watching like live streams in the car, things like that. Henry's back. All right. Put it out of reach. Yeah. Strasburg, keep 90 running all times. There are some weekends they'll put 90 in the shop. They'll bring out 475, but it's either one of those engines. It's either 90 or 475 all the time. 89, they used to well, before, okay, a couple of things really quick. So before COVID stuff, all that stuff, shut down, Strasbourg, I believe, was running as much as they could. But before, this is just a generalization from my experience, before the COVID stuff, 611 and Thomas weekend, they would bring out 475, 90, and 89. And what they would do is that they would have, for example, let's just say 90 left the station. It would pass, let's just say this is all theoretical. 475 would be waiting at the passing track at Cherry Hill. 90 would pass 475. 475 goes back. 90 would wait in the passing track for 89 because 89 would be at Paradise Junction. Then 89 would come up, and then 90 would go down to Paradise, and they would rotate. They would triple barrel trains down that single track. That was the old way of doing it. I don't know if they're doing that anymore, but it seems like now what they're doing is that they're waiting for the engines in the siding. So, for example, last weekend was Thomas and 90. Thomas waited in the siding at the Strasbourg yard. 90 passed. Then Thomas went back to the station. So it's kind of odd. They've changed up operations for sure. But I've been going there for quite some time, and it's changed, in my opinion, for the better. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely stop by Strasbourg. It's an awesome, awesome place. Watching the virtual rail fan of it. Okay. Yeah, you may not see a whole lot. I'm not sure if you'll see any night Amtrak. You might see a freight train or so. You might see a coal drag or something. You might actually see Norfolk Southern drop off cars at Strasbourg for the morning. So, but yeah, let me know if you find anything on Virtual Railfan. I'm not sure what you'll find, but it'll definitely be on the Amtrak side of things, not Strasbourg. Caught 90 pulling freight between Paradise, Strasbourg, Virtual Railfan. Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me that. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, they do that for fun. If you ever do the shop tour, they'll tell you some inside stuff. And when they first started running freight, they sent 90, I believe. Yeah, they sent 90 down to pick up a whole loaded freight train, and it was actually like chugging and chuffing. It makes a lot of noise, and it's just like what that engine would be doing in full service operation. Compared to those cars, the cars it tows around most of the time, the passenger cars, some of the trucks are also made of wood, so that's nothing for those engines. But hooking up some freight cars, fully loaded, yeah, that's a lot of weight. So that's pretty cool. 2 trains every half hour, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing now. I think it's on a 45-minute rotation now. That's what they had last weekend, which I'm not used to. Like I said, I've been going there for a while. My all-time favorite will always be 425 and 225. I'll have to check those out. Like I said, I'm pretty new to a lot of the railroads up that way, but I'll definitely have to check those out. Old enough to remember steam trains running. They were just being phased out. First diesels I saw, yeah, Jeep 7s and Northern 44. Oh, 44 tonners. Okay. Yeah, that's actually what we filmed this past weekend. They had a 44 tonner and then a 45 tonner at the Kempton Railroad in Pennsylvania. That's actually why I'm burnt. We were chasing little baby trains all over the place. It was a lot of fun. You guys will definitely get some cool footage. Going to I think it's La Plata. I think that's the name to say that. Steam tour started in January this year. It's been off on for 2 weeks since Oh, wow. That sucks. FedEx. Sorry. Well, FedEx crashed up on Horseshoe Curve, so I mean they've been hitting a home run recently with bringing things to people, or maybe the lack thereof of bringing things to people. Going to Strasbourg since 2014, maybe before after that. Yeah, I think I've been going there. Oh, geez, I want to say it's gonna make me sound really old. I want to say like 1998, 97. Yeah, I want to say 98 or 97. That's what I remember. I remember being a really, really little dude. And what was it? I remember going there and then getting like really sick. My dad taking me back home, and then he bought me like this little plastic train set to run around on my desk to help me cheer up and stuff. I think I had like strep or something, but that was a long, long time ago. Um, Strasbourg's gone a long way to what they are now. So it's, which is good. I mean, you got to help preserve. Well, I want to see these railroads become preserved, not like a rust bucket type of thing. But yeah, anyways, you guys will see. I'll let you guys know now. So this past weekend, we hit. God, it's crazy. We did 3 railroads in 3 days. So yeah, definitely a crazy weekend. So Friday, we hit Strasbourg, caught Thomas. Awesome experience. Saturday, we went down to, well, actually, sorry, y'all. The Strasbourg video is up. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check that out. Seeing Thomas was actually pretty cool. Sounds really dorky coming from, someone like me, but it was actually pretty cool. I was impressed. It was an actual steam train and had a great time chasing it. I was with my dad as well to celebrate Father's Day. So he got a couple laughs in. I told him, I said, man, I'm gonna film this train like, it's like any other train. I mean, I had a great time. So that video's up. If you guys are interested in checking that out, it's really cool. We also call it 90. And they had some issues with, I think they're having issues with Thomas getting her up to steam, because on the way back to Strasbourg Station, it was in paradise for a good 20-25 minutes. And then I saw the engineers coming back, and they were just head to toe covered in black soot from the coal and stuff. So, or no, it's actually an oil burner. So they were just fidgeting with stuff, or maybe something happened with, cleaning something out. But that is an oil burning engine. So it's pretty cool. Waiting for our, oh, wow. Me in the U.S. during World War II, current regular visitor here, American built Mikado. They sent the Mikado down there. That's crazy. That's what I'm running. Well, sorry, it's not a Mikado. That's a K4, but that's pretty cool. I've got one of those downstairs in N scale in my collection. Did they do the ghost whistle at Carpenter's? Yes, they did. The footage I had for that, I didn't want to use because it showed the interior of my car. And well, transportation at the time, it was my dad's car, but I caught it for my own use and things like that. Maybe I'll do a short of it. I'm not exactly sure what to do with it, but they did do the ghost whistle at Carpenter's. Really cool. Wasn't with Thomas, it was with 90. So I don't know if Thomas could pull it off, but 90 definitely did that. It was really cool. Need British or Aussie coal. They could do like an oil burner. That's what. So down the street, their Civil War reenacted engine or a rebuilt engine is an oil burner, which is pretty cool. It saves them a ton of money, and then environmental stuff. They don't have to worry about like the ash pits, like cleaning out the engines, things like that. They just let it roll. They just hook up oil to it. They call a heating oil company out. They fill up the tender, and then they fill it up with water from whatever water source they have, and they're good to go. So yeah, on Saturday we went down to the Stewartstown Railroad. They were running the oh god, it's a rental steam engine. It's there for one more weekend. So if you guys are around the Southern York area, definitely check out Stewartstown for one last weekend. They are running the oh man, what was it? Number 85 steam locomotive, but it's a saddle tank. It's really cool to check out. It's an old Vulcan saddle tank from the 1920s. That's down there this weekend. That's the last, I believe that's the last weekend for a while that they're going to be running that. Oh yeah, the Jetto Coal Company, number 85. Pretty cool little loco. Did a lot of work, and I've got some awesome footage of that. We rode the train, got pictures from the train, got a lot of footage. That's going to be a really cool video. And then yesterday I was out with one of my buddies filming up in Kempton for the, what do you call it? The WKNS. WKNS Railroad up there in Kempton. Had such a great time filming those. 44. It's a 44 tonner, a 45 tonner. And they had this interesting locomotive built for the war effort in World War II that they just dragged out of their shop to display. Then they also had a speeder team that they dragged out of the shop to look at, an operated crane to look at, and then what was it? What was the other piece of machinery? They also had it was like a maintenance away piece, but it could basically go on the rails. It wasn't a high railer, but it could go on the track, lift itself up, and then do an 180 turn, and then go onto the roadway with an old Jeep engine in there, like an old Willys Jeep, 4-speed, 4-cylinder engine. So that was really cool. I forgot what the name of that is. I believe it's in my video. I have to go through all that footage and sift all of that through. But that's going to be a great video as well. Not fair. I'm surrounded by railroads, especially up here in Pennsylvania. We are it's a railroad state for sure, compared to a lot of other states that may only have a couple railroads through them. Pennsylvania's got railroads everywhere. Henry says, I think I saw you at Strasburg. Did not know if it was you or so. I did not. Oh, it's all good. No worries. Yeah, I was at Caboose Motel filming, and then did not want to go near that platform. When Thomas is in town, or when they bring out the Thomas, is flooded with people. They actually have people parking on the grass behind the freight shed and all that stuff, like where they keep the grain and all that, unloading off the freight cars. They had people parking behind there. They had like cops all over the place directing traffic. So yeah, it's pretty cool. American steam engines are big. Yeah. I was actually talking to one of my friends yesterday about that. I'm like, yeah, a lot of English locomotives are pretty small. And it's crazy. The one locomotive they had at Kempton yesterday, they said they actually chopped the hood so it could fit in English tunnels during World War II to help supply the European front or European theater during World War II. Then when they brought it back to the States, they rebuilt the hood how it was, so it wasn't as cramped. So pretty crazy stuff, right? I mean, you don't really think of that. A lot of things over here are much larger. Cars, transportation, and people are a little bit bigger over here as well. But that's a whole nother story. Like I got my problems as well, so not judging anyone. But if you go over there, cars are a lot different. What was the other thing that I noticed? I believe their steam engines are crazy because they don't look like a whole lot of anything. If you ever watched, if anyone here ever watched like Thomas growing up, Those steam engines look a lot larger on that TV program. Then you go overseas and you check them out. You're like, whoa, this is really, really interesting. And also the thing that baffled me is that they don't have, well, the earlier English trains that whole series portrayals, they don't have like knuckle couplers. It's literally like a hook like this and some chains going with another car with a hook and some chains, and they just kind of like do one of these. They hook them across. So, up here up and over here we have knuckle couplers, which are pretty crazy. That's very innovative. They have lighter wheel weight loading. My state was the same too. Now I'm paying the price for it. Oh, geez. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. If you guys ever have a chance to go overseas, I mean, I don't know if I am anytime soon because of just how expensive it is, and planning out a trip over there is kind of a nightmare. But I would like to check out. There's a British train museum. I'm sure you could do like a virtual tour, but it'd be really cool to see some like classic English steam engines, chain couplings. Yeah, in the 1970s. Oh, geez. Do you know when the train will stop? I have no idea. It won't be a steam. It won't be a steam locomotive. It might be like a what do you call it? It's like either going to be an Amtrak or Norfolk Southern. You might be able to go back in time if you go on virtual railfan. You can actually hold and click the dot, and then look at the clock above. It's got a play clock and military time. Go back to yesterday's theme, and you or not theme, but yesterday's feed. You might be able to find on or about approximately when a train will show up. But I'm sure there's some night trains from Amtrak. Sweet. Yeah, I'll let you know if I ever make it over there. Yeah, the Flying Scotsman did make an appearance over here. I think it was at I forgot what museum it was in, but I think they put it next to an American locomotive. I forgot which one it was. But I know that's like between that and the what's it, the Mallard, that beautiful blue locomotive that I think there's one that still works that they were doing like a heritage project with or something, but I believe it was called the Mallard. It's a very popular engine as well. I think it was one of the fastest locomotives on Earth. Oh, train museum. Makes you feel like it. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it was with 611. When I was looking at 611, I was just like, man, this thing is like, this is a giant steam engine. I've never seen anything like this before. Um, the closest thing I've seen to 611 is looking at, oh man, what is it? It's the Allegheny that they have at the B&O Museum down in Baltimore. That engine is I think it's a 4666, and that is like the longest, craziest train I've ever seen. 1988. Wow. Did an Australian tour. You guys have 4 gauges of track. Wow. Yeah, I know we have in the States we have different well, we have narrow gauge and then we have standard gauge track. Those are the only two I could think of from the top of my head. That's not like ornamental or like a garden railway or carnival style railways here. But what's the other one I'm thinking of? They have different style railroads. We have like cog railroads, vehicular railroads, which are like vertical, things like that. But we don't have 4 gauges that I could think of at the moment. I believe everything is a standard. NNW 2156 has entered the chat. Did Did you get any new engines? Roger, last week I got the Norfolk Southern GP9 with the N&W logo still on it. That, according to one of my viewers, is not an N&W. So someone fudged the numbers. But apparently, according to one of my awesome viewers that knows a lot about railroading, he actually used to work for N&W. I asked him, I was like, hey, are these real N&W numbers or Norfolk Southern numbers? And he was like, no, because any Jeeps that N&W had or Norfolk Western, they're only 3 digits. This one is a 4-digit, but that's the newest loco I've got. It's going to be a while until I get a new loco, unfortunately. Unless I find something really, really cool for a really good price. I'm on a very tight budget right now. Yeah, English trains are really fast. The other thing is, I believe, well, from what I've read and done research on, the UK is like the birthplace of steam. That's pretty cool. The Mallard is an A4. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm sure there's O scale models of that or O gauge models of that thing. It's probably very popular. Stuck to standard. Currently, there is a standard gauge track program. Oh man, the crazy thing is, so there is a little bit of history, kind of similar to that, but I'm sure the history goes back a little bit further. So during the Civil War, well, actually, oh, that's really cool. You have one of those engines. Oh, geez. Um, During the American Civil War, basically there was a dispute between railroads. So northern railroads used one gauge of track, and then I believe southern railroads used a different gauge of track. So and this is a little bit prior to the Civil War, I believe. So when trains from the south would come up towards like the Baltimore area, things like that, it'd be one separate gauge because it was a border state. They'd actually have to get off one train and go on another train to get to where they had to go. And it was all because the gauge war, and I believe it's oh man, I should know this. American train or American standards it's 4 feet 8.5 inches, and the rumor is why it's 4 feet 8.5 inches is because of the Roman chariot. That's what I've heard. It's the actual width of a Roman chariot, which is pretty cool. Oh, sorry, I got a connection issue up here. There it is. Hey, North Country Trains, how's it going? The A4. Have you seen the live steam Mallard in O gauge? I have not. Apparently, Lance has one, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's another crazy thing. This is just what they told us when I was in the UK. The reason why they drive on the left side of the road is because they wanted to put it all goes back to ancient Rome. Apparently, it has something to do with which arm your fighting arm would be or your strong arm on a Roman chariot as well. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, goes back really far. Phew. I want to show you guys something pretty cool. I was able to work on that not boxcar, the caboose from last week. So if you guys missed last week's stream, it's up there. And I got a couple new pieces from a railroad shop in Altoona. And I'm trying to think of what it is or where it is. Okay, it's on my middle track there. And it's the Conrail caboose that I put in the thumbnail. So the caboose was falling apart. It had a bunch of issues with it. I was kind of nervous running it. I thought it was going to fall apart in a tunnel or something like that. But I actually glued it back together and then put in a really cool light package. I got these LEDs from Amazon that work on AC power, and you can stick them all over the place. So I'll bring that engine around, give you guys a look at that really quick. But give me a second. I'll spin you guys around nice and slow so I don't make anyone sick here. Oh, you can kind of see it back there. If you guys look at the crossing gates, there it is. Oh, wow. Tin plate. Ooh. Let me turn you guys this way. All right, so our engine's there. It's going to want to go in reverse because it's got the three position E unit. There it goes in reverse, so we're going to do this. There's the box car that I picked up. And there's the caboose. So let me take this engine off the track for a second so you guys can get a look at the lights that were in here. Oops. There we go. All right, give me a second. Sorry, everyone. I was finding a safe place to put that engine, and I just ended up putting it on the other track. So, oh, Jimmy, just in time. Check out this. What? Wrong track. Sorry. There we go. So I ended up putting in LEDs in this, and let's see. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get there so you guys can still hear me. Oops. Whoa. Kicking the camera. Sorry, y'all. All right. So what I did was I ended up putting a light. Well, let me go back a little bit. So when I got this thing, it was brand new or new old stock in a box, and I didn't open it up. It's my fault. Kind of broke one of my own rules, but excuse me. So I trusted the box, and it looked like someone dropped it. So all of these ladders and things on the back, let's take it off the track. Here, I'll bring you guys over. Sorry. Moving all over the place here. Hey, thanks, Lance. It's like a hybrid. It's not model. It's not toy. It's like in between. So that was my goal. All right. So check this out, guys. So I love talking about these. So this is almost like an extended Vision Line caboose from Lionel. Hey, Lance, have a great night. Call for dinner. I'm jealous. I'm going to eat after the stream, but have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Everyone, check out Lance's channel. He actually just uploaded a video before popping in the stream. And he's got, like I said, awesome toy train collection, all kinds of crazy cool accessories, old school, and yeah, all the fun stuff. Eventually I'll get into. I'm just so busy with all this stuff here. But have a great night. Thank you so much. But yeah, this is Conrail caboose built in 1987. Says right here. And I fell in love with this when I saw it. And I got to thank Jamie and Nikki for helping me pick this out in Altoona. But the cupola, or I've heard it called the crow's nest before. I just call it cupola. This was loose. It still is a little loose, but it's glued in place. I'm going to not touch it. Then all the ladders on the back, like all this stuff here, was all bent. And same with this side here. This ladder, which you can barely see right here. There she is. Yeah, that was all bent out of shape. So I had to fix that. So when I got this open, it said it was a lighted caboose. And I was like, oh, sweet. And I saw the roller when I opened it up. I was like, ooh, it's got the little pickup roller on the bottom. We're going to be lighting up the way. It's going to be great. So I opened it up today, and there's no light. There's no light bulb. So, being Nick's Crossing and loving, like to be thrifty on the channel, and I will show you guys how to do this once I get more LED lamps, I promise. I put LEDs in here. So in here we now have an LED lamp hot glued on the inside to here, another one right here, and then in the cupola there's another LED that's pushed all the way up at the top. And then what I did, I dipped them in little testers paint, model paint, and I dyed them blue to kind of kill that LED blue color, that white, like real hot white color. And then I put another light. Why not? I shoved another light inside the working quarters of the caboose, like the sleeping area, all that stuff. So this whole thing's lighted. There's 4 LEDs in this thing. Now I do want to upgrade the LEDs eventually, or maybe add larger LEDs in here. But the ones I got in the kit are pretty cool. So in that, I'll show you guys all lit up in a second. So the LEDs you can actually find on Amazon's website for just typing in O-scale LEDs, things like that. You have to make sure they work off AC. If not, they'll just explode. So don't do that. And make sure you look at everything. Make sure it has an anode, cathode, things like that, resistor, so it can handle the 18 to 20 volts AC. So when your trains are fully cranked up, or you have friends over, you want to show them the layout, light it up and everything. Kind of like how I can do with these cars. Like, let me spin this around real quick. It's like sometimes you'll see me do this on the channel. Or for like thumbnails and things like that, you want to make sure those little LEDs can handle the voltage. No spare parts after rebuild. No, I've got a light socket. I got a light socket out of it. The here, I'll be right back. I'll spin over here. Rolly chairs for the win. I did not have, so, but no spare goodies after this rebuild. And to fix some of these other parts, and look at that, it's staying. Whoops, sorry, camera's over here. Look at that, not falling apart because it's nice and glued together. Used Tester's model plastic cement or modeling glue. Stuff works great, but it will dissolve paint, so be careful. Make sure you sand a little area off where you want to glue, so you don't get like a blue. Well, for this instance, I had a blue glob under there, so make sure you sand it down first. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, the hazmat placards. Which ones are they? The one that says harmful, which is right here. That I got at a truck stop in Indiana. I thought it was cool. It said stow away from foodstuffs. So I thought it was kind of funny with the grammar on it. I don't know. I was a goofball. Still am a goofball, but then the corrosive sign, and then there's another one underneath. I think it says explosives, or no, it's for oxygen, which it's got a flammable. Here it is, oxygen flammable up there. Then you got one that's what's that? Corrosive? No, residue. Ooh. And then flammable. So the everything else, the corrosive, oxygen, residue, and the flammable were actually purchased at the B&O Railroad Museum. They're actual train placards they used to use on the B&O Railroad. So it's pretty cool. The harmful from foodstuffs, that actually has a sticky back, and it's meant to slap on a what do you call it? Like a container, like a high cube container, things like that. No problem, man. Yeah, I've got tons of things like that in this room that I've gotten from either railroads or antique shops or your best friends if you live around railroads. I mean, some antique shops have some pretty cool stuff. You just gotta look and stuff like that. And then also train shows have a lot of cool stuff. And if I end up going to a train show this year, I might I might end up having a table at a train show. So if you guys want, definitely check that out. I don't know, my lights are blinking down there. It's freaking me out a little bit. Look at that. I don't like it. Are they loose wires? Let me shake this. All right, that's freaking me out a little bit, but we'll deal with it. Morse code from ET. Yeah. Well, there's nowhere to land. I live on a hill, so ET will have to go down the street. It's either that or it's Will Byers. If you guys get that from Stranger Things. There it goes again. What do you want? Oh, man. First tour in September. Yeah, Timonium, I think that's the great scale, or I think it's like the great scale or great model train show. And then there's the Greenberg show. One of those shows, I'm going to get a table and sell some stuff. So if anyone's interested in coming by and buying some of my collection, definitely swing on by. But I have to look into buying a table. I've got a ton of stuff that I would like to thin out. And it's nothing wrong with it or anything. It's just stuff that doesn't really fit my collection. Like my Virginians might be for sale back there. Those, where are they? Those guys right there. I think they're SD40s. They just don't really fit in my collection. And I've got, what else is there? I've got a couple other pieces that just don't really fit in the stuff I like collecting, things like that. And or if it's like stuff I can't really get into, like Virginian Railway is not really I apologize if it's anyone's favorite railroad or anything like that. I just don't really know anything about them. It's not something I nothing against, it's something I like a connection with. So I'll most likely be selling that engine set. It's an AA set. One's a dummy unit. And then I've got some cars underneath the table that I probably will never run. They're like Lionel, just weird road names and things like that. So that will definitely be for sale. I thought about doing an eBay page. So if you guys want, if I make an eBay page, I'll let you guys know. You guys can buy some of my collection. But, they're just really odd cars. That's all. Like a lot of it, like one of them's like Texas Pacific. Just interesting road names. I don't think I'll run up here. Yeah, now the lights are all dim. But I think that beacon has got a problem with the what is it? It's got the problem with the ground. So if the humidity's up or down up here, yeah, there it goes again. It's flashing. Pretty creepy. Won't fit in my pocket. Up in the air. Yeah, I'll have to look into our train schedule. Oh, yeah, I also have a bunch of HO items to sell that are not rolling stock or anything. They're models that are brand new in the box, never opened. So I might do an eBay store just to make some extra bucks. But they are from the 90s. They're either like Model Power or oh gosh, it's like a German company that made like carnival rides, things like that. I've got all the accessories. I've got people. And they're all in the boxes or the packaging. So it's all new old stock. I've got some semaphores, crossing gates, things like that. So I'll probably end up doing an eBay store until the shows pull through. I don't know. Yeah, the light's going crazy. But yeah, the O scale stuff. Let's see. I've got a whole nother container of cars under there. It's either that or I just hold on to them and do like a weird car day or something. You know, it'd be kind of funny. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if there are any train auction houses up here, but I'd sell the entire lot of HO stuff. Let me try to fix this light. It's actually creeping me out a little bit. So I'll point you guys over there so you guys can see me struggle. But what it is it's been rewired because the original wiring was cloth wiring and all the wiring fried off of it before I even plugged it in. But I believe it's a Lionel beacon. I think this one's Lionel. Then the other one on the layout is Marx train, MARX, and that's this guy here, which I love these accessory or spotlights, not beacons. I'm sorry. That's a beacon up there. That's Lionel. It's very old. Well, 1950s Lionel. So, oh wow, on Etsy, huh? Yeah, I definitely would like these trains and things to go to home, and all the models that I have are unopened, or from the HO stuff. They're new old stock unopened, so they're probably worth something. I would imagine. But give me a second, guys. I'm gonna try to figure out this lamp. See what we got. Huh. Yeah, I can actually hear it. It's actually arcing somewhere. There's a bad connection. Hey, Ray, how's it going? We are doing well up here. I was just fidgeting with this antique uh, spotlight there from Lionel, but it's giving me a little bit of a hard time. Oh, you said eBay, not Etsy. I'm sorry. Oh, man. But yeah, I could actually hear the beacon arcing. So probably has a bad ground. That's why it's doing that. It's picking up all the vibrations and everything and humidity and all that cool stuff. It has cooled off up here. I believe that storm did cool down everything outside, which is lovely because up here in the attic, it gets so hot up here. It's like I'm still sweating, but it's not that bad. Like last week was bad. If you guys remember that, anyone watching the replay last week, it was like 90 degrees out. We had a thunderstorm, but it missed us by a hair. So the rain just brought on more humidity and more heat, if that makes sense. We had a ton of steam and stuff on the road. It's really cool, but it didn't cool off anything. So I was dying up here. Tonight's pretty cool. It's I got the fan going behind me on the stairwell, blowing all the heat from upstairs, upstairs. What? Hey, Randall, how's it going? What, here? Are you talking about that? The lamp doing that? Or you're talking about the pattern on the wall doing that? Hey, DB Tech, how's it going? Yeah, that's coming from so that lamp. It's really cool. So that works off of heat. It works off a convection current. At the top of the lamp, there's vents. Let's see if I can get you guys high enough to see it. 1684 post war 2034. 1684. Why does that sound so familiar? Let me look up that real quick. Well, actually, hold up. Let me show you guys this. I gotta do one thing at a time. I had a squirrel moment. I'll definitely look that up. That sounds awesome. I love pre and post war stuff. I don't know if you guys can get up that high. Well, that's the end of the line right there. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting and stuff. Here, let me look up that 1684 real quick. I think I have one of those. Or do I? Or do I need to have one of those? That's the other thing, too. Hey, Randall, thank you so much for stopping by. Be safe out there, bud. Lino. Oh. It's a Scout. 1684 is the Scout. I'm sorry. Ooh. Missed some comments. Let me go back real quick. I like the Strasbourg stuff. That old Thomas face is just creepy. Yeah, Thomas he looked like he was like constipated or in distress when I saw him. His eyes are supposed to move, and that's the funny thing, but the eyes weren't moving. So he was just looking off to the left the entire time. And yeah, he just looked like he was constipated. Still had a great time though. It's an awesome anytime to see a steam engine running, it's an awesome experience. Yeah, I call the beacon the disco ball. But the reason why it's bobbing right now, it's the fan is messing with it. But the bulb actually is a special bulb. It has a divot on the top, and that globe rotates on there with a pin. So I think it's pretty crazy. 1941, wiring is all messed up. Try not to burn myself with a soldering iron. You know what? I have a 1684. It's that mutant train. If you guys haven't checked it out, I repaired. Well, I did a review, a Nix review on a Lino 1110. I believe it was 1110, and that was basically the internals of a Scout. It's pretty cool. It looks like a Scout, but has a metal engine. Huh. Yeah, those are all that all what do you call it? Die cast or cast metal engines. Those are great. They're great runners. They're great pullers. And the sets that those came with are pretty cool. Let me see what my mutant train is. I think the shell. Yeah, the shell is just on the floor. So I'll be right back. Let me see what we got. That's 1110. Oh. All right, guys. So I messed up. The engine I fixed is a 1684. The Lionel Scout is the 1110. So, DB Tech, give me a second. I'll bring this camera down. I'll show you guys what we're talking about. All right. All right, guys. So, there I am. All right. So, here we go. This is what DB Tech is talking about. This is a 1684, and this is pre-war. The 1110, I believe, is post-war. But the crazy thing is that they use the same exact components on the inside to a T, like the exact same components, the same drivetrain, everything, even the shell. The shell is the same too. I think the pre-war version's a little bit nicer. That 1684 is definitely a better engine, in my opinion. But the Scouts are really cool. Like, trust me, the Scout sets are very collectible. It's one of the most popular train sets ever made. And the main reason, in my opinion, that they were so popular is because they're so affordable. I believe this set, the 1684, or the I'm sorry, the 1110 set in the late 1940s or 1950s would have cost about $50 or so, I believe. And actually, let me look this up because I did do the comparison on my video about the 1684. Okay, so here, this is really crazy. Okay, so I'm using the phone, so I look all spooky. So an original Lionel set from 1948 with the Lionel Scout set of cars, and okay, it cost $18.95. And if you do let's just say $19. All right, so $19 in 1948 is $211. So that is a lot of money. But like, for me, it's a lot of money. But for a train set nowadays, that's nothing at all. It's very affordable, in my opinion. Plastic motor housing. Let's see. Huh. Yes, the brush plate, the part that holds your brushes in here, is going to be plastic. It's an insulator, so that's fine. But here's the crazy thing. So if you look at other Lionel sets from that time, let's do a great example. Let's look up the famous GG1 from the 1940s here. I believe it's a 48 or 49. Let's see. Trains in the US are always cheaper than oh jeez. I'm trying to find the original price guide or the price for I believe it was around $89 or so. Let me just look up our price guide for the Lionel catalog. I'll show you guys what I find. And they have some great artwork as well from back then. Okay, so here's a great example. Let's see. Those are for freight cars. All right, here's oh, here we go. Here's the advertisement for a Scout. If it decides to auto zoom, work with me here. There you guys go. Look at that. What's that say? 1775 for the price? Yep, 1775. And that is back in, I believe this is the 1948 catalog or 47. And the gentleman that I know that would definitely know, oh, it's 1949. So $18 in 1949 is roughly 200-ish dollars now. So that's very affordable. Came with a transformer too. So if you buy more Lionel trains, you could run other stuff. Now that's like a gateway train set into the hobby. So it's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's got to be expensive. At 50%. Oh, man. I'm trying to find the price of a different locomotive. All right. There's an advertisement for a GG1. Let me type in prices. Paid $10 for the 1684 at the Hamburg Train Show. Now, does it work? That's the kicker. So actually, I got mine really cheap, but it needed a whole new engine. Pretty much gut. Yeah. It was a full engine gut, but it's fine. I got it working. Arm. Yeah, I can't seem to find like the pricing page. So back then they would always get out these catalogs, I believe, in the summertime, and the kids would basically pick out what trains they would want. Then they would show their parents, so they would have some time to save up to buy these trains, which is pretty crazy. Some of these sets, like I've seen them go for like $80 or $95 in catalogs. And then also there was one advertisement I saw, I think it was for the turbine engine. I think it was $130. So if you do the math, I mean, you're looking at $500-$600 back in the 1940s, early 1950s, things like that. And also the craziest story I've ever heard was there's a gentleman who runs a train shop in Maryland. He said his father bought him the Santa Fe AA set, the war bonnet, kind of like what's sitting behind me. That's a Williams copy of it. Parents bought him that, and his dad said, look, this is 3 months of pay for me. He's like, you have to take care of this engine. Just crazy. Everyone's hiding. I'm not hiding. I'm in front of you guys. But Lackawanna, welcome to the stream. I'm sure we'll get some other people in there. The night is still young. It's only 9:30. Oh man, I missed some comments up top. Yeah, shh. All are welcome. You guys are great. The motor did work, but realized all the wiring is junk. Yeah, it happens. Contact plate cracked. It was working on making contact. 3D printer. Yeah, I got lucky with this one. I had a new old stock plate that someone. I was at a train show. I asked the gentleman, he had a bunch of parts sitting there. He's like, "Yeah, I got all these old new stock," which means basically you're going through a box that's 80 years old, but everything in it has never been opened. So it's new but old, if that makes sense. Or yeah, new old stock, not new old stock. That wouldn't be very cool. No, no, no. The crossing gates are off. I hate those gates. I seriously, they freak me out. And the crazy thing is, I've got another IR sensor underneath the table I haven't used for anything yet. I might end up using that maybe to trigger some lights or something. I don't know yet. You can use them for signals. I thought about hooking them up to the what do you call it? The bridge, signal bridge, but I don't know yet. If I had a community tab, I'd let you guys do a poll on what you want me to wire it up to. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, those crossing gates always give me a good give me a good jump. What are we having for dinner? I believe it's pasta. Not exactly sure yet. Hey, Brian Rock, Rail fan, how's it going? Welcome to Monday-Runday. Hey, All's America, thank you so much for stopping by. Always love hearing from you. Have a great week, and we'll see you in the future. Yeah, there's some really cool things coming up this summer that I didn't get to do last summer, and I don't think anyone did a whole lot of anything last summer, unfortunately. So this is kind of the summer that we're gonna go all out and go exploring, check out some new railroads, things like that. And there's some museums I like to check out too. The Reading Railroad Museum. There's like 3 other museums I like to check out. There's actually one in Harrisburg that we're gonna be checking out one weekends. It's a Switch Tower that's open now for tours, and then you get to go look at the GG1. Lackawanna, Nick, go to the DL, do a chase. You talking about the one near Steamtown? Hey, Colleen, how's it going? Oh, I've been there before. We'll go there this summer. I'm sure we'll head off to Steamtown. I got to talk to some of my other buddies that live in that neck of the woods, get some great locations and things like that. Because there's a lot of cool stuff out there. There's some tunnels and all that stuff too. And I also forgot to mention, so on top of the videos that are coming out this week from our railroad adventures, that between some of my YouTube friends, we haven't done a chase. I wouldn't even know where to chase them to. All I know is that they make a left turn and go down the hill into the woods, and then they smoke up the place. But yeah, but I love those alcos. I can't lie. Those alcos are pretty cool. And that whole time I've been talking, I've had power on my inner track. So that's great. Oh, man. Oh, my computer's about to die. Give me a second. I got to plug that in. I thought it was plugged in. But what it was, I went under the table to fix some stuff. And yeah. Yes, East Broad Top is on the list. I don't know if it'll happen this summer or this fall, but I definitely need to go out with some of my other friends too, my YouTube family out there. All right, we have power. Whew. Sorry, y'all. I mean, yeah, it's got the blinking red box of death on my Mac. It's like, your computer's about to die. It's like, oh, sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Whew. Yeah, East Broad Top is definitely on the list. And there's also the Cass Steam Railroad somewhere in West Virginia. Want to check that out too. And also, I'd love to go check out a Menards this summer, but it's a 6-hour drive and we want to make sure it's worth it. So if we do a trip out to a Menards, it's going to be in West Virginia somewhere. That might be on like a winter list. Unless we can catch a train out there, if there's Amtrak out that way or something. But yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff cooking up here of where we can go, all that good stuff. But I forgot to mention, so 3 videos coming out. I've got some Altoona stuff that needs to come out. So that'll be like Horseshoe Curve, my little experience there. Horseshoe Curve will be out soon. Then I got Stewartstown Railroad, which is a beautiful ride through the woods. And I filmed there when they were running their 44 tonner on an open air car. And this time they let me go into the coach. I was allowed to sit in the coach and film, but they were running their little saddle tank engine. So you guys will get to see that in full action. And then we got the Kempton Railroad up there in Kempton, Pennsylvania. That video is going to take a while to edit, but that's going to be so much fun. You guys will see so much cool stuff that they have up there. Definitely check them out. They run trains on every weekend as well. Same with Stewartstown. Both of them need warm bodies to fill their seats and ride their trains. They're both chartered railways, so they unfortunately can't get like the grant funding and things like that compared to some other local railroads, not naming any names or anything, but they're chartered railways, so they have railroad stock. So they rely solely on donations and also ride tickets. They really, love to have some people come down and film, get some hype out there for them as well. Kempton was amazing. Same with Stewart. Their rental steam engine for this week, and it was great. Kempton is on my to-do list. It was so much fun. I rode in a caboose for the first time. You guys will see that. And they entrusted me to go up to the cupola, I guess you'd call it, and tape out there for a little bit. It was really hot. And the windows, when I got in, the wooden windows would only slide to the middle. So there's someone else sitting across from me. So we had to fight. Well, not fight, but we're like, can we share the window? So we had to find a common median of where like this window up here. Well, this is not a good example of what was there. I don't have any caboose, just chilling out here, but it was a lot of fun, And then I was like, okay, I went down from here, and then I was actually with RJ78 Productions yesterday at the Kempton, so he got a cab ride in the 45 tonner engine. So you guys will be able to check out his video. And he was sitting in the cab on the chair, and he's like, all right, see you later. And I said, cool, man. I'll be happy in the open air car. So I was in the open air car, with my camera doing one of these. Just me and someone else who was also a photographer. Had a great time. It was awesome. You guys will check out that. But that'll probably be out later this week. Yeah, Jamie, I've got tons of Altoona stuff to edit and sizzle down into a video. Horseshoe Curves on the priority list, and then I'm gonna have a smaller video of catching trains at night. So we basically went out to a footbridge that crosses that main line into Altoona, and we stood on the bridge, and we're filming a couple trains coming in and out, and it'll be a short video. And I also ran my N-scale trains. A lot of other YouTubers that were there filmed that, my portable train layout. And it was kind of there to pass the time. And the following day, they were expecting rain at Horseshoe Curve. Carney's Crossing. I'm not sure what that is. I'm sorry. I'm actually working on my nighttime video now. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I got the new camera, the pretty much the self-stabilizing camera. It's awesome. Yeah, I want to do a couple videos out there, kind of like smaller videos. I got to see what my footage of Leap the Dips looks like, which was the oldest operating roller coaster in the world. I like to say oldest operating, not the oldest roller coaster, because apparently there's other roller coasters that were older. But I'm going to see how that looks. Maybe give you guys like, I don't know, like a 2-minute short type video, kind of like if you guys have ever seen Theme Park Review or what's another good one, like Coaster Force. Those roller coaster channels or theme park channels, they basically get on the ride, they film it through, and then they stop filming once the ride's over. So I'll do one of those possibly. Crescent, Pennsylvania. Huh. Hey, Gus. I mentioned you earlier. You helped me identify my my N&W problem. This lovely piece of hardware. Thank you so much for helping me out with that. It's a mystery train. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah. There we go. Come on, Nick. It's only got 8 wheels. I can figure it out. There we go. And for you guys out there, I am going to do an N scale Nick's review if I've got some spare time sitting around here. Show you guys some of my rolling stock and N scale collection, which I know a lot of you guys are either rail fanners or O scale guys or other types of modelers, but it's all part of the hobby. And I've got a decent N scale collection, nothing like the O scale stuff, obviously, or O gauge. But yeah, it's still there. I'd like to do that. And I've got another idea to showcase some of my childhood trains that I was talking to someone about it, about the wooden trains or Brio. Yeah, that's going to be pretty soon too. Whew. There we go. It's a keeper. Yeah, it's a beautiful engine. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, honestly, it needed a good home, and it's in a good home. I love this thing. And trust me, I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't like it. So I just think it's so cool. It says N&W and then Norfolk Southern kind of painted on there. So yeah, definitely it's going to stay in the collection. But I think that was a Pennsylvania, and then someone did the NS and then the N&W. So underneath that paint, there might be something there, or it's black and someone did a sticker. No, that's painted on there. Could be a prototype. What do I know? Could be a prototype Lionel engine. Be pretty cool. Edited both my coaster videos, did some shorts, and broad footage came out reasonably well, despite the lack of stabilization on the GoPro. Yeah, that I've heard a lot of people using GoPros, and the image quality is pretty good for certain things. I've just heard that what is it? It's the electronic stabilization is the problem, not so much like the mechanical stabilization. Like a Sony camcorder, some of the more expensive ones have a gimbal in them. It basically rotates like this. And I believe some of the more expensive Panasonics have that as well. So you can take it really anywhere. As long as it's, not raining or around water, you're in good shape. But that Osmo action, if anyone's inspiring to film anything at all, like trains, or you're around sports stuff, and you like to get, you're going to get wet or a possibility of getting wet while filming, I recommend getting an Osmo action camera. So That's what I use for most of my railfan videos, and most of my friends just use the little action camera. But yeah, if anyone's looking to film, looking to do any rail fanning, the only thing is it's a fixed zoom camera. So like your cell phone, like my cell phone here, you can zoom in and out using software on your phone. With a fixed zoom, that's the picture. That's all you get. You're the zoom. You have to walk up if you want to film something and zoom in. You have to use the good old arm. Yeah, yeah. GoPro, no stabilization. Jeez, sorry, can't speak tonight. But yeah, definitely check out. If you guys, like I said, if you guys are looking at doing some railfan stuff, definitely check out the Osmo action. I'm not endorsed. I promise. I wish it was because I'd sell them like crazy. Um, but yeah, that's what I use for all of my adventure stuff. And you can take in different batteries, things like that. And it's also completely waterproof without the exoskeleton, which is a plus as well. But yeah, you guys are going to get some great videos coming out this month. And then this weekend, I'll be filming at the Northern Central Railroad. And that's going to be with number 17, the Civil War recreated engine. It's going to be going through the Howard Tunnel for the first time in 30 years. So if you guys are interested, definitely check out that video. It's going to be great. Brian Rock, hot in Washington and Oregon right now. And this coming weekend is going to be hot. Oh, geez. So if you guys are getting that, that means we're going to get it like in 3 or 4 days. We're going to get like a little wave of heat. It's usually how that works. But guys, let's run some trains. We've got a couple of cool things going on. And let's see. On track 1, and if you guys missed the beginning, this is a little recap right here, what we're running today. Let me put the, hey, yeah, different. This is my good side, right? This is my unburnt. Case trains, this is what happens. You get all burnt. Like my nose right now is like hot to the touch. And basically here down is all burnt. I was chasing trains all weekend. So we went to 3 railroads in 3 days. But yeah, I'm in pain. Definitely worth it. And yeah, I should have brought a hat, I guess. Oh man, let me get this on the track. All right, so there's the engine. Get on there. Whoops. There we go. All right, guys. So, give you guys a look of what cars are running. Oh, I put this most important car of them all, the caboose. No, it's not just the. Maybe I'll change the lighting so I look better. Here you go. Let's do Yeah, see, it's not the lighting. I'm like seriously burnt, really bad. Move you guys over for a second. All right. Whoops. Sorry, that's my head. And that one hopper keeps on jumping off. It keeps on hopping. Oh, she shorted out. Oh, no. Yeah, that Menards hopper keeps on giving me some issues. So maybe the wheel spacing's bad or it needs 042. I don't know what it is. Aloe will help. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do tonight. It just burns. Like, I was out in the open sun and all the shade dried up. So, Y'all know how that is. So let's go over here. Oh, all right. I'll give you guys a look at some of the cars we're running tonight on this train. So let's start off with, whoops, wrong track. Actually, let's go. Yeah, we're running trains. I just want to show you guys what's going on first. All right, so first we have Norfolk Southern GP9, Pennsylvania merchandise car, Conrail insulated, C&O insulated car, Pennsylvania Norfolk Southern Heritage hopper, covered hopper, and then Atlantic Sugar and that Conrail caboose. And that car keeps on derailing. So the Heritage car will not be running. This guy is giving me all kinds of trouble. Oh, man. Here, I'll show you guys what's up with this. Where are we? There you are. So what's going on with this? Here's the Heritage car. It's beautiful. I mean, I really wish I could run it right now. But what's up with it is that the turning radius of the truck, check this out. That's all you get. And then it gets stuck because they put these ladders right here. The little ladder, so I can shake it and it loosens up, but it's still locked in there. So yeah, it's not good. So it needs a larger radius turn. So what I'll do, I'll hook it up to the Pennsylvania consist. So I'll spin you guys all back around. Up top, I was going to run this beautiful RS3 with these beautiful East Coast passenger set. And why not? You know, it matches. But the train sorted out up there. I got to find a way to get under there and fix that. And I'll do that while we're running other things. And then for the main line or outer main line, well, actually, I switched out the caboose in my siding in there to be the Pennsylvania car or a Pennsylvania caboose. And sorry, I missed a comment here. All right, so I'm going to connect this Heritage car to the passenger train. Kind of odd, right? But it should work. It's a mixed train, as they would call it. All right. All right, let me get this K4 fired up. Just coming around the mountain. All right, guys, this is my MTH K4, which is a fan favorite on the channel. I'll slow her down a little bit. There she is. And it's pulling. Oh, a little bit of wheel slip. Set of heavyweight Madison cars. And then we got this is left on from last week. It's my Knoebels resort car, passenger car. And the car stayed on the track. So, yeah, definitely something's up with the turning radius of it. This is the Heritage Oh, sorry, I thought I heard something. It's the Heritage Covered Hopper. All right, guys, let's get these trains a rolling. Oops. While the trains are running, I'm going to go under the platform and try to get this upper line running again. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to go under the platform and get this train a rolling. All right, guys, I fixed it. Whew, sorry about that. I just replaced the engine entirely with a Santa Fe. There we go. Yeah, we had a fun time. We went to Strasbourg to film. There you go. There's the other side of the layout. It's that they're both racing. It's pretty crazy. Hey, Tom, how's it going, bud? Sorry, man. I've been so busy with work and stuff. I'm going to switch up some engines here. So up top, I got a. Oh, sorry, I missed a couple of chats here, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, Trains in the Attic. Those kits are great. They work really, really well. So I actually have those in most of my post-war engines to convert them from what do you call it? The pellet smoke stuff to the liquid smoke. But yeah, I definitely recommend those. Getting a lot of things together. Oh, nice. New Hampshire. That sounds awesome. Yes, I believe it is an F7 up top. or FT. Yes, yes, it is a FT7. So up top, I got a set of Florida East Coast cars being pulled by the Santa Fe. The Florida East Coast engines that I wanted to run weren't working correctly. And then down below, we've got the GP9 pulling some passenger, or not passenger, freight cars. I'm losing it, guys. It's pulling 2, 3 box cars and a covered hopper and the Conrail caboose. But right now, I'm trying to switch out some trains with some engines. Let's see. All right, so the upper track just shorted out, of course. Yep. So try to get some other trains up here running. Yeah, that upper loop has been giving me a lot of trouble tonight. So I'm not sure if what's going on, but sorry, I missed some comments. Did not realize until tonight that you have 2 balloon loops on the top. Switches alternate direction. Train goes around the top. Yeah, it's the original track plan I did. I'm debating on taking it out because it is just causing so many problems. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that or not. But it's dog bone loop. That's a pretty cool way to call it. But yeah, I'm thinking about actually taking out the switches up top, like right where my FT diesel just decided to crap out on me. And then on the bridge, I don't have like a pointer or something, but you guys can kind of see it. So the pieces of wood in front of the girder bridge, each section of like the girders, there's enough room for another track. So what I'm thinking about doing, and I'm not too thrilled about it, is if I take another 3-foot section, let these loops de-stress, like let these 2 loops here distress out, because right now they're really stressed because the switch is too tight. So I kind of had to force the track in there, and that actually created like a bank turn. But if I de-stress the track, put in another curve, and then run a straight section across the bridge, that might actually work out a lot better than having these 2 switches. Because right now, this is just driving me crazy. This is like the 4th or 5th engine up here that has just decided to die on me. Now, the crazy thing is all my MTH stuff that I have, and I'm not a sponsor of them or anything, but everything MTH I have works great up top. I've had 0 issues. Even the K4 you guys saw going around, it's been doing great. So I'm not sure what to do. I might take them out. I really like having the switches in there because it's kind of cool and you hear them, and you see the train reverse direction. It's not just a loop. But I'm looking to minimize the headaches, if that makes sense. So yeah, I might do that. I might not. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but then here's the other thing too. Putting that extra turn in, I can only run obviously one train up there, but I have to worry about clearance. So to make sure that the train, when it's done, if it completes this loop, I have to make sure the train's not going to run into itself after it's done the loop. Yeah, post-war trains work up there great because they have enough amperage to trip these solenoids in the switches. So I can show you guys that. I'll run, what do we got? The 2025, 2026. I've been running those quite often. The 1666 kind of messes up everything. Clearance. Oh man. Other thing that's kind of messing with is having like these open sections to the tunnels right here. I'm trying to find a better way to mask that, and even making like a porthole or something, maybe like an overhang to mesh it in a little bit better. But I can't put in like a traditional tunnel porthole for some reason. It just doesn't fit. So that's kind of on my mind, you know. It sounds familiar, Heath. That sounds really familiar. I forgot what it's from, but I think it was it from like a I think it was from a commercial, right? You know, we can actually try running my 1684 up there. We were talking about it all night. For everyone, DB Tech's repairing a. Oh wow, we are old. Oh, airplane. Okay, yeah, I remember seeing that. We were talking about that yesterday. Such a great classic movie. But yeah, DB Tech's refurbishing a 1684. So how about I try running that up top? It seems like all the old, like all my old classic, what do you call them? Classic trains, classic toy trains work really well up there. Probably because the 027 wheels and all that stuff. So let me switch out the diesel. Unfortunately, she really shorted out. So I can drag this back. Whoops. All right. Yeah, it's getting warm anyways, so I'm going to put this on the shelf. All right, let's see. Let's give it. Why not? All right, here goes the 1684. Let me show you guys what I'm doing. There's menu all over there. Don't call me Shirley. I remember that part. Oh no. Guys, I forgot. The 1684 has that tender pin compared to like the normal flange. So we're not going to run this one. Oh god. Oh man. Let's see what we got. All right, let's just do this for giggles. Let's see if this will work. I don't know. Hey, Randall's back. All right, now I got my 1668 up there. I'm afraid to see what she's going to do. Look at that. You got it. Go, go, go. Oh, train's too heavy for her. 2025. Okay. Yeah, we'll try that. Yeah, 1668 is not she can't do it. Oh well. All right. So where is well I know an engine that can do it. Do this. All right. All right, guys. What do you think? You think she can do it? This is 736. All right. Let's see. Oh, nice. Got the motor to run with the jumper. Center of the contact. Now I have to work on the contact plate. Yeah, those plates are very finicky and they're brittle as all get out too. But once they're in pretty well. Yeah, I don't think the 2025 could pull this weight, so I just hooked up a 736. Look at that, no problems at all. There you go. It looks ridiculous, but this is the heavier puller. Actually, doesn't look that bad. And the reason why it's stopping before every switch, it needs a new contact roller, unfortunately. Right here, I'll give her a break for a second. I'm going to do some switching here. Will you guys be watching the Strasbourg rail cam or talking about virtual rail fan? I watch it sometimes, if between break and stuff at work, or if I'm not watching streams or videos. Sometimes I watch it. Thank you so much. Yeah, 736. This is the one I've restored. There's a video on that as well. So if you guys want to check that out, if you ever run into a problem with or a similar problem, let's see if I can get this. I got an EP5 over here that I'd like to run in the yard, but I'm going to power her up. She's a little finicky. I'll help her out a little. Trying to give me a second. I'm trying to. It's like a game of cat and mouse right now. So I have to wait for the K4 to reset, and then I can wait for the EP5 to pull forward, or that. Oh, geez, this is like crazy. Give me a second, guys. I'm actually going to turn the EP5 around because I think it's the other direction's forward. Oh, man. Let's see. All right. That worked. Let's try that. I love this engine. It's just so finicky. It's early legacy inside, or TMCC, not legacy. Sorry. All right. Trying to get this K4 to put in the siding. Sorry, I was just looking at some of my wires. I think the wires in my one part of the yard aren't working too well. Give me a second. Let's see. Oh, it's working. So, let's see. Sorry, guys. I missed some of your questions and comments. I really apologize for that. Let's go back to. Oh, God. Let's see. I'm sorry, folks. Got the motor to run. Okay, I read that one. Old Berkshire should definitely do it. Yeah, it's definitely a puller. It's got magnet traction, all kinds of traction on that thing, on top of the weight as well. Will you be watching Strasbourg Railfan? Okay, I answered that one. Tom said, looks great. Nice engine. Thank you all so much. Yeah, we'll get that one rolling in a second. I've got some mechanical issues too on my switch, and all this stuff popped up today, of course. So basically the switch here is sticking now. My main switch into the yard. So probably just needs to be opened up and cleaned, something like that. But anyways, Railfan Roger, do you plan on getting the 90 set? I'm not sure. I would love to have a Strasbourg set, but I don't know at this time because I don't really trust some of the Lionel stuff that's out right now. What radius curves do you have on the top? It's 031. Yep. 031 tubular. Here she is. Whoa, why is it turning off? What the hey? No. Is the station Plasticville? It's actually some custom golf station that I think was part of like a collecting club, like a car model car collecting club, because on the inside it's fully furnished. Let me get up close to there. Well, tripod's acting up. Let me see. So if you can kind of look in there, it's got like counters and everything. All the gas pumps light up as well. It's definitely not Plasticville, but the post office to the left, or to its left right now, is Plasticville, which is really nice too. Hey, Jamie, have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, let's get this loco running. Um, and for some reason, she found a dead spot right there, which is nice. Nice to know. I'm hoping the switch didn't short out on me or something, but let's get her rolling. What the heck was that? She totally just jumped right there for no reason. Let's see something real quick. This engine's acting up really bad. Huh, let's check it out. Yeah, that's so weird. This engine is just not having it for some reason tonight. Whoops. Ah, that's great. All right, guys. So the reason why this engine was acting up was that the traction tire just fell off of it. It was actually getting sucked into the motor. So that's why it jumped. That's great, right? See if it works. See, now she flies. Look at that. Oh. All right. I bet this engine doesn't even need traction tires. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, look at that. She's doing great without traction tires. Plastic. Honestly, I don't have any room to put any more models on the layout, but I appreciate the offer. Guys, this engine is flying better than ever. Hey, good night, Henry. Thank you so much for stopping by. I love that horn, too. It's got, like, reverb to it. And for some reason, that switch has a dead spot. Huh. Very interesting. O31 switch. Okay. Yeah, right now I got the O22 switches up there. Yeah, Tom, I don't know if you heard, but the traction tire of the EP5, this New Haven running around, just fell off. This is I'll run her back for you. This is a EP5 with the New Haven right here, New Haven numbering on there, and it's actually Lionel, but it's a celebration series. I think it's what is it? 50 years. It's either a 50-year anniversary after the original EP5 that Lionel came out with in the 50s. I believe it does have a bell, but the horn's really cool. Five regular O31 curbs to match up. Oh, nice. I might look into that, like, seriously, because, yeah, like, I've got so many problems up there, and just it just gives you so many problems. I don't want problems anymore. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I think this is it might be from 2000 something, but yeah. I believe so. This is not a full scale EP5. It's a semi scale. It's exactly the same as the 1950s EP5s they came out with, but it's just got the fancy sounds like the start down. I mean, this thing's kicking butt without those traction tires. That traction tire really, really, like, was killing this thing. I'm getting this thing to crawl. Look at everything running up here. Let's do that. All right, guys, I'm going to give the GP9 a break. I'm going to set up the... I'm going to get something else running there. All right, guys, let's set out the Western Maryland Jeep. Let's see what she can do. Gotta let the battery charge up a little bit. Yeah, the Jeep is so loud. Hey, Split Rock, thank you so much. Hey, Tom, I didn't see anything yet. Did you send it yet? I didn't see any notifications yet. Lionel post for EP5. I dare not to see how they ran. Yeah, Oh, Two Nicks Crossing. Okay. All right. That's why I didn't see a notification. I'll have to check it out soon. Yeah, Gus, this is the anniversary series. Hey, Brian Rock, thank you so much for stopping by. It's got the whole like power down sequence with everything. You can hear the catenaries come down or the pantographs. These do pop up. Ta-da! But guess what? They hit everything. So I leave them down. I pray they stay down. Yeah, I believe the 1950s version of this EP5 or the post-war, I want to, put it to one particular era, but the post-war era of these, I believe they had one motor in the back. Well, you can't really tell which way's front, but the thing is with this is that I've seen them before and they're in horrible shape usually. Like usually the plastic's all scuffed up. Except this one's been, I think this is painted compared to the older ones would have been like a lithograph or something like that printed on, which is more likely to, fall off and everything and all that good stuff. But anyways, everyone, I'm going to sign off for the night. I've got an early day tomorrow to start off this week. It's been a crazy day already. But I want to thank you all for joining me for this railroad adventure. And for anyone watching the replay or anyone new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Also, love to hear your guys' comments. Also, leave a like. Smash that like button. It's the easiest thing to do. And here, I'll spin this camera around so you guys can. There I am. This is usually my normal angle, but I was over there today and then over here and back and back and back. But yeah, you guys are great. Thank you all so much for being here and making this such a fun time. I always love learning about, your guys' projects and everything. And Real Fan Roger, hey, thank you so much. Henry, I'll see you later as well. And everyone, just be safe out there. Have a great week. There go the crossing gates. I'm going to turn them off. There we go. Just like that. But also, guys, check out, make sure you have that bell push because I've got a ton of cool stuff coming out. You guys are going, you're definitely going to see it. It's going to be a great week with content and all kinds of stuff. And then this weekend, I'll be out filming some railroads again. But I'm very, very busy, and you guys are going to get everything. And I've got some vintage style videos coming out soon. Like I said, with possibly my old Thomas collection, the old wooden trains. I've got a crazy video coming out for that. So stay tuned for that as well. Thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, everyone, happy railroading. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much, guys.